Have you been thinking about someone from your past lately, Taurus? That person who crossed your path a long time ago and who, seemingly for no reason, has returned to your mind in recent weeks? Or perhaps you've stumbled upon situations that remind you of something you experienced years ago. This is no coincidence. It's not your memory playing tricks on you, and it's definitely not random nostalgia. The universe is sending back pieces of your past with a specific message that you urgently need to decode, because what's returning isn't coming to haunt you, it's coming to set you free. There's a reason why certain people, certain memories, certain regrets have been surfacing in your consciousness with increasing intensity. The universe doesn't return the past randomly. When something comes back, it's because there's an unlearned lesson, an unhealed wound, an unclosed cycle that's preventing you from accessing the future that should be yours. And for you, Taurus, this return is happening now with an urgency you can no longer ignore. The warning is clear. Either you resolve what's been left unresolved, or you'll remain trapped in the same repetitive experiences that have been sabotaging your evolution. I'm going to reveal exactly what the universe is trying to show you through this return from the past. I'll explain why now is the time to face what you've been avoiding, to forgive what you've been holding on to understand what didn't make sense at the time. And most importantly, I'll give you the tools to transform this return into complete liberation, so you can finally move on to the next chapters of your life without carrying the weight of unfinished stories. Because the truth you need to accept is this: the past doesn't return to destroy your present. It returns to clear the path for your future. Are you ready to finally close the cycles that have kept you trapped in patterns that no longer serve you? Taurus, you are known for your ability to build solid and lasting things, but there's a side to this characteristic that can become a prison. You hold on to everything. You hold on to grudges. You hold on to resentments. You hold on to painful memories as if they were valuable treasures you need to protect. You build walls around these old wounds and believe that in doing so, you are protecting yourself, when in reality, you are only isolating yourself from new possibilities that could enter your life. The universe noticed this. It saw you carrying burdens you no longer need to carry. It saw you making decisions based on old traumas instead of present possibilities. It saw you rejecting incredible opportunities because they reminded you of something that went wrong in the past, and it decided to intervene. The feedback you are experiencing now is not punishment. It is medicine. It is the cosmos forcing you to revisit, reprocess, and finally release what has been keeping you stagnant. Have you been dreaming about people from your past? Have you been receiving unexpected messages from people you haven't spoken to in years? Have you, by chance, stumbled upon places you frequented in other phases of your life? Have you been hearing songs that evoke specific memories? All of these are signs that the past is being reactivated in your life with a very clear purpose. Each return, each memory, each coincidence is a piece of a larger puzzle that the universe is assembling specifically for you to see the complete picture of what needs to be healed. For those born in Taurus between April 20th and April 30th, the returning past is related to a romantic or deep friendship that ended incompletely. There is something unsaid, something unresolved that needs to be addressed. For those born between May 1st and May 10th, the return involves a professional or creative opportunity that you let pass by due to fear or insecurity. The universe is giving you a second chance, but in a different format. And for those born between May 11th and May 20th, the returning past is connected to your relationship with your own identity. Old versions of yourself that you abandoned and that now need to be integrated. What you all have in common is that you are being forced to look back, not to live there, but to gather the pieces of yourselves that you left behind and bring them into the present. Do you have the courage to face the old versions of yourself without judgment and with compassion? The universe's warning is urgent because you are on the threshold of a new phase of your life, but you cannot cross that threshold carrying the heavy baggage of the past. Imagine trying to enter an elevator that will take you to the highest floors of the building of your evolution, but you are carrying such heavy suitcases that the elevator cannot go up. That is exactly what is happening now. The opportunities, the relationships, the extraordinary experiences that should be yours are waiting, but you cannot reach them because you are burdened with old wounds. The return of the past is the universe giving you one last opportunity to drop those baggage before you miss the elevator for good. There won't be another chance like this. There won't be another moment where the conditions are so perfectly aligned to allow you to heal what needs healing and finally move on, free and light. You can try to ignore the signs. You can try to push the memories back into the dark corners of your mind, but they will keep coming back with increasing intensity until you have no choice but to face what needs to be faced. The question isn't whether you'll deal with it. The question is whether you'll deal with it now while you still have the energetic support of the universe, or whether you'll wait until the consequences of not resolving it become so painful that you'll be forced to face it anyway. I strongly recommend the first option, because when you voluntarily choose to do the healing work, the process is much smoother than when you're forced by circumstances. Would you rather go down the stairs calmly or be pushed down them? Taurus, let me tell you a truth that might hurt initially, but it will set you free. You haven't overcome what you think you've overcome. That situation, you say, is already in the past. It's still active within you, influencing your choices without you realizing it. That person you claim you've already forgiven. You still harbor resentment, even if you won't admit it. That dream you say you've already given up on? Your heart still bleeds from its loss. The universe knows this. That's why it's bringing everything back to the surface. Not to torture you, but to give you the chance to truly process, truly forgive, truly release. This time not superficially but deeply. This time not pretending everything is all right, but honestly acknowledging the pain, the anger, the frustration, the sadness, and then transforming those dense emotions into wisdom and compassion. You know that saying that time heals all wounds? It's a lie. Time alone doesn't heal anything. What heals is what you do with your time. And if you've spent all these years just burying difficult emotions instead of processing them, they're still there, alive, influencing everything you do. The return of the past is a chance to finally do the work you avoided doing when you should have done it. And here's the wonderful part. When you truly do this deep healing work, something magical happens. Opportunities that seemed blocked suddenly open up. Relationships that were stagnant suddenly find new flow. Creativity that was trapped suddenly explodes because you released the energy that was stuck in the past, and now it can flow freely to create your future. Are you willing to feel the old pain so you can finally experience the new joy that has been denied you? The universe's warning also comes with specific instructions on how to work with this return. First instruction: don't try to escape. When memories surface, don't run away to distractions. Sit with them. Feel what they bring. Cry if you need to cry. Scream if you need to scream. But truly, process it. Second instruction: don't romanticize the past. It's easy to look back and only see what was good, forgetting why it ended. Be honest about what really happened, the good and the bad. Third instruction: look for the learning. Every return brings a lesson. Ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me? What did I need to learn that I didn't learn at the time? And the fourth instruction, perhaps the most important: forgive. Forgive the other person if there is another person involved. But above all, forgive yourself. Forgive your imperfect choices. Forgive your immature reactions. Forgive your naivete, your misplaced trust, your mistakes. You did the best you could with the level of awareness you had at that moment. Now you know more. Now you are more. Use this knowledge to create something better in the future, not to punish yourself for the past. Forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was right. It means you will no longer allow it to control your life. It means you are choosing your peace over your need for justice. It means you are recognizing that holding a grudge hurts you more than it hurts the person you resent. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, not the other person. When you truly forgive, you cut the energetic cords that bind you to that situation and free yourself to fly. Are you ready to trade the right to be right for the freedom to be happy? Taurus, one of the reasons this return is happening now is because you have finally reached a level of emotional and spiritual maturity that allows you to process what you couldn't process before. When the situations originally occurred, you didn't have the internal resources to deal with them in a healthy way. So you did what you could. You buried them, denied them, distracted yourself, ran away. But now you have the tools, now you have the wisdom, now you have the strength. The universe knows this, and that's why it's giving you the opportunity to revisit with new eyes. It's like watching a movie for the second time. The first time, you were so emotionally involved that you couldn't clearly see what was happening. The second time, you can observe from a distance and notice details that went unnoticed before. The return of the past gives you this perspective. You are no longer in the eye of the emotional storm. You can look from the outside and finally understand dynamics that were invisible to you at the time. And here's something crucial. When you do this work of reviewing and healing consciously, you change not only the present, but retroactively heal the past as well. It seems impossible, but it's true. When you truly forgive, when you find meaning and learning in what happened, you transform the nature of that experience in your memory. It ceases to be an open wound and becomes a scar that tells a story of survival and growth. Over the next few weeks, as the past continues to return in different forms, pay attention to the patterns. You will begin to notice that the same lessons appear repeatedly in different contexts. Perhaps you need to learn about setting boundaries. Perhaps about trusting yourself more and relying less on the approval of others. Perhaps about letting go of control and accepting that not everything can be predicted and planned. Whatever the central lesson, it will reveal itself through the repetition of themes in the memories and situations that resurface. Are you paying attention to the patterns, or are you still treating each return as an isolated event? The universe is also using this feedback to show you how much you've evolved. When you compare who you were when those situations happened with who you are now, the difference is striking. You've matured, you've learned, you've grown, but you still carry within you the old, wounded, frightened version of yourself. It's time to acknowledge that version, thank it for everything it endured so that you could get to where you are today, and then gently release it. It has served its purpose. Now you need more updated versions of yourself to face the challenges and opportunities ahead. There is tremendous power in consciously reconnecting with your past instead of running from it. When you look back with courage and honesty, you reclaim parts of yourself that were trapped in those moments. Pieces of your innocence, your hope, your capacity to trust, your creativity. All these aspects may have been wounded and abandoned in past situations. Returning gives you the chance to rescue them, heal them, and integrate them back into the person you are today. Imagine that each difficult experience from the past has left a version of you trapped in that moment, like a piece of ice. The work you are being called to do now is to melt that ice, release that version of yourself, and bring it back integrated and healed into the present. When you do this with all the trapped versions, you will finally feel whole in a way you have never felt before. You will regain energy, creativity, and vitality that were frozen in the past. Taurus, the universe's warning, also carries a deadline. Not in the sense of a specific date, but in the sense that there is a window of opportunity open now that will not remain open indefinitely. The conditions that allow for this profound healing, the available energy, the aligned synchronicities, the right people appearing, the memories surfacing at the right time, all of this is temporary. If you don't seize this window, it will close, and you will have to wait a long time until another one opens with the same power. That's why it's urgent to face what's returning. That's why it's so important not to postpone it. Don't wait until you're ready, because you'll never feel completely ready. Readiness comes from doing, not waiting. Take the first step, even a small one. Write a letter you won't send to someone from the past, saying everything that was left unsaid. Allow yourself to cry for the losses you never properly processed. Talk to a therapist about the memories that are resurfacing. Do something, anything, that signals to the universe that you are committed to this healing process. And observe what happens when you do this. You will notice that doors begin to open, that opportunities arise, that new people enter your life, that you feel lighter, freer, more yourself than you have felt in years. Because each piece of the past that you process and release creates space for something new and better to enter. Are you willing to do the hard work of healing so you can receive the blessings that are waiting for you? One of the most powerful things about this return is that it will give you clarity about repetitive patterns in your life. Perhaps you always choose the same type of person to be in a relationship with, and all those relationships end in the same painful way. Perhaps you always sabotage professional opportunities when you are about to achieve success. Perhaps you always put yourself in situations where you are undervalued or not recognized. The past returning allows you to see these patterns clearly for the first time. And once you see the pattern, you can choose differently. You can identify the exact moment where you would typically make the same limited choice and this time make a different choice. You can break the cycle, but you can only break what you can see. And you can only see it when you have the courage to honestly look at your history and recognize the repetitions. The universe is essentially giving you a complete report of your history, highlighting the key moments where you strayed from your highest path. Not to make you feel bad, but to give you the chance to understand why you strayed, forgive yourself for it, and then make more aligned choices going forward. It's an immense gift, even if it doesn't seem like it on the surface. Taurus, you also need to understand that part of the warning is about what you're projecting into the future based on unresolved past experiences. If you were betrayed in the past and haven't healed, you're projecting distrust onto all new relationships, sabotaging them before they even begin. If you failed at something in the past and haven't processed that pain, you're projecting fear of failure onto all new opportunities, preventing yourself from even trying. If you were rejected in the past and haven't recovered from it, you're projecting an expectation of rejection onto all interactions, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Returning to the past gives you the chance to identify these projections and stop them, to recognize that the past was a specific situation with specific people in specific circumstances, and that the future can be completely different if you allow it. Each new person is not the person who hurt you. Each new opportunity is not the one you missed. Each new beginning deserves to be approached with renewed hope, not with pessimism based on old wounds. When you clean the lenses through which you see the world, removing the stains left by the past, you suddenly see possibilities that were invisible before. You see goodness in people where you previously only saw potential betrayal. You see opportunities where you previously only saw risks. You see hope where you previously only saw inevitable disillusionment. This shift in perception is what will transform your life most dramatically. Are you ready to clean the lenses and see the world and its possibilities with new eyes? Returning to the past will also reveal truths about situations you couldn't see at the time. You'll understand other people's motivations that were previously mysterious. You'll perceive dynamics that were at play, but that you were too inexperienced to identify. You'll recognize warning signs that you ignored because you were too emotionally invested to see clearly. All these revelations will better equip you for the future. It's like gaining X-ray vision after years of walking in the dark. Suddenly, you can see through appearances and identify what's really happening in situations and relationships. This level of discernment is unchanging and will protect you from repeating the same mistakes. But you only gain this vision if you have the courage to honestly look at the past and extract the lessons it offers. Taurus, in the coming days and weeks, as you continue to process what is coming back, be kind to yourself. This work is difficult. It hurts to revisit old wounds. It's uncomfortable to admit mistakes and limitations. Allow yourself to feel all the emotions that arise without judgment. Don't force yourself to get over everything quickly. Real healing takes the time it needs to take. The important thing is that you are doing the work, not that you are doing it fast. And know that you are not alone in this process. Many Taurians are going through similar returns right now. It's part of a collective cleansing that is happening to prepare you all for the next level of your lives. You are being upgraded, renewed, prepared to receive blessings that you couldn't receive while you were burdened with old baggage. The universe isn't bringing your past back to punish you. It's bringing it back to heal you, to set you free, to prepare you for something extraordinary that's coming. But you need to do your part. You need the courage to look, the willingness to feel, the humility to learn, and the strength to forgive. When you do all that, you'll discover that what seemed like a curse was actually a blessing in disguise. Are you ready to transform your past into fuel for your extraordinary future? Subscribe to the channel now, because I will continue guiding you through this healing and liberation process. I will share specific techniques for processing painful memories, methods for forgiving what seems unforgivable, and strategies for breaking repetitive patterns. This is a crucial moment in your evolution, and you don't have to go through it alone. Turn on notifications to receive each new piece of guidance that could make all the difference in your transformation. The past has returned with a warning from the universe. You listened. Now is the time to act, to do the healing work you've been avoiding, to let go of what you've been holding on to forgive what you've been harboring. When you do this, you will discover that the future you've always desired was just waiting for you to break free from the shackles of the past so it could manifest. Your moment of liberation has arrived. Don't let it pass.